Hey, yo, what's going on with it once again? Ladies and gentlemen, fanboys and fangirls, this is the one, the only, of course, Mr. Nintendo Sony Free 2011, aka Criticism Guide 2009, or actually, aka Criticism Guide 2009, then Nintendo Sony Free 2011, and of course, Nintendo Nintendo Guide 360, back again with a super fucking rant. So, rant slash discussion slash review, whatever the hell you want to call it. Anyways, before I begin, this video is brought to you by, I usually don't do this very often, promote stuff very much on the channel anymore. It's been like 2 weeks the last time I did a video here. I've been really slacking off. I have a lot of stories to cover, but just life, time, and a lot of business has been taking over my life lately, especially I have 2 jobs and all that. And a couple of serious events have happened in my life. I think people didn't know I had to take care of a family member for like about a month, 30 days straight, all of June. So I didn't really barely get to do that many June videos. Maybe about 3 or 4 at the most, and that was it. I think Ted 2 was like the last video I even did here. Besides, oh no, it was the Bruce Jenner thing, him doing from man to women being Caitlyn. And I think how gay marriage was like legal in the United States here in America. And my whole thoughts, views, and opinions on it. I actually didn't get no likes or dislikes on there. I only got like maybe 30, 40, 50 something views. That works with me. 100 or more, that's icing on the cake. Or 1,000, which I rarely even get anymore. This video is brought to you by Tabasco, best hot sauce in the world next to the Frank's Red Hot Sauce and Buffalo Wild Wings. So today, and I guess you could put Wingstop. I don't think they sell their like hot sauce at stores. I think they only have to get it at the fast food spot. And that's it. About 4, maybe 5 weeks ago, I think late June, early July. I really wanted to cover this when this was brand new, but I was extremely heated when I heard about this news. As you can imagine why, and of course, if you read the title above and below, you already know what I'm going to talk about. So, approximately about 4, maybe 5 weeks ago, one of the most racist pieces of shit in this fucking country, Donald Trump. Donald Trump. A lot of you people know who he is. He's a world-renowned like billionaire entrepreneur. The owner of freaking Miss America, Miss USA, and Miss Universe, and one of the big-time owners of like places like the Donald Trump Hotel, which I actually know about because one of my friends that were living here in Vegas before they moved about 5-6 years ago, I think it was 06 or 07 when it came out, 2006, 2007. I was still like a sophomore, junior, senior in high school when it came out here. Was the Donald Trump Hotel. It's a big giant hotel corporation that's out here in Las Vegas. It's down on the Strip, and one of my friends used to work. He only worked there for like 2 years, and then he ended up moving on to Cali. I never heard from the dude again, but real good buddy of mine, man. I really loved hanging out with the dude. He was chill as fuck, and he was a little bit of an alcoholic, but deep down he was a really cool ass guy. Somebody you would love to kick it with, you know. And yeah, he was Mexican, but I think he was white Mexican. I forgot what he was, but he was super chill. I used to even smoke a lot of weed with him a lot back in the day before, I kind of stopped doing it like 5-6 years ago. Anyways, excluding that little note, before I get freaking arrested by the cops, hopefully no police officers are watching this. Even if they are, they don't know where in Vegas I live at, so they wouldn't be able to arrest me because they can't find me. But this little piece of shit, and let me just run through all the pictures, even though he doesn't deserve any fucking goddamn credit at all. And he decided to make a very racist, extremely derogatory statement about Hispanic, Latino, Mexican Americans. Well, not Mexican Americans, more like illegal immigrants, or pretty much on immigration. Even though he meant, like, oh no, all the races are guilty of this. I already knew deep down he was talking about Mexicans. I fucking knew it. He was talking about that. Personally, people, I kind of got a little bit of a bone to pick with this motherfucker right here. And I dropped my tapa here. And if you don't know what tapa is, that's Spanish for cap, bottle cap. My God, where do I even begin? Because I actually heard just yesterday, recently, one of the most recent news on Donald Trump's statement of him trying to become president of the United States, which I really hope to God he does not become president of the United States. I really hope not. He would be like the worst example of what it means to be a very racist, supremacist white American. And I know there's probably white people out here watching my video right now. To you, I say this. I know not all of you are racist, but some of you come off as extremely, like, I don't know what it is. You have this cockiness, some of you. Let me just say it again. Some Caucasians, not all, Because I've met white people in my lifetime of 26 years of living, since I was a 90s kid. Of course, you know, when I was a kid, I didn't really think about race that much unless somebody was being racist towards me, which unfortunately, I went through a lot. Until I came out to Vegas, it was a lot less racist out here in the school system. But when I got back out the school system, out into the real world, I realized there's still racism in this country, unfortunately. And usually I know a lot of black people, African Americans, talk about this a lot more in their channels than Latinos do, but me being a victim, unfortunately, of racism, and I have, before you say, oh, for especially the white people say, for the white people I'm saying, oh no, there's no more racism in this country. Racism doesn't exist. We're all equal. Everyone's equal opportunity. Don't give me that fucking bullshit. Please don't. Because I've seen it way too many times. I mean, back in January, earlier this year, when I was talking about my whole updates, I think it was New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. So I don't know, it was either December 2014 or this year, 2015 or January. I actually went on a little bit of a discussion rant, a super rant. I screamed at the top of my fucking lungs. I'll never forget the video. About 6-7 months ago, my whole future plans of 2015 of what the channel's gonna be going through and all that. I even said it in one of my videos of how racial discrimination. That, like, I think one of my cousin's friends or whatever, he was trying to get a job, and it wasn't even a big giant huge corporate career job. It was just a low minimum wage type of job of him trying to be like into like retail or grocery shopping here in Vegas, which I'm not gonna say what it is because let's just say it's owned by Kroger and that's it. He tried to get to the boss, and then I kind of overheard the conversation. The way the guy was kind of talking to him was kind of sound like he was putting him down a little bit, but he tried to be very friendly with it at the same time. There's this fucking fat fuck bald white guy. He looked like he's 60, 70 years old. He kind of looked like and smelled like a racist. So unfortunately, I was right. He was a racist because in my Mexican friend, actually not my Mexican friend, my Mexican friends brother's cousin's friend, uncle of his. I don't know what it was. That's really long to remember, but this was about 7-8 years ago, or actually 9 years. I think it was like 16, 17, 18 when this happened, my junior, senior of high school, and this was like 2 years before I got my job. Because I was still in high school, I didn't want to work. I just wanted to focus on my education instead at that time. But I'll never forget what happened. Oh my God, I will never forget it. Like the second he said, oh, I heard him say it too. It's like, well, thank you very much for applying for our retail, but unfortunately we don't have any positions available. We will call you if you no, don't call us. We'll call you. And he said it with a little bit of a smart ass attitude. I kind of wanted to punch the piece of shit in his fucking face. But of course I would have went to jail, even though I was like a 16, 17-year-old minor before I was 18. Before I was legally an adult like I am now. And about 2-3 minutes later, he finds this other dude, this white, very prim, very proper, very dressed, like 17, 18, like maybe 21 at the oldest. This younger white dude, and he shakes his hand, and then he says, "Consider yourself hired." And it was the exact same position that my what was it called? My brother's cousin's friend's uncle, his dad's and friend's buddy of mine was trying to go for. Oh, that boiled me up so much. I wanted to go to that white guy and smash his fucking teeth in, man. For unfortunately not giving my Latino Hispanic buddy of mine's not that position that he ended up getting less than 2 minutes later. I was like, what the hell? Are you kidding me? No, you don't do that. You're supposed to be an equal opportunity boss. And this dude must have been extremely racist towards my people or something. I don't know what Mexicans did to him, but whatever it was, not every Latino was like that. And oh God, I wanted to tell them all so bad, man. Me at that time, I had a lot more anger and animosity towards races at that time. So if you would have been black or white or Asian or whatever, and you would have said something bad about my people or ethnicity, you probably would have got punched in the face, pretty much. You really would have. And I get away with it too, because I always got away with it before the cops even came. So I was fast as shit. They never caught me, thank God. I'm lucky I never went to prison either, because I did do a lot of physical aggravated assaults out there. Not to officers, obviously. I'd be dead if that would have happened by now. But just to jack-offs that like to jerk off pieces of shit that are racist and like to say a couple slanders racist things towards my people under their breath. Like I can't hear them, but I can. I can fucking hear them. Anyways, before I start getting more pissed off, let's go back to Donald Trump. And there goes my last drink, so I'm probably gonna be thirsty for the rest of this video, unfortunately. Anyways, I'm gonna quote what he said. Donald Trump, he stated, and I quote, "All illegal immigrants that come to this country here illegally are either drug dealers, drug cartels, cannibalists, murderers, serial killers, or besides undocumented immigrants, what was the other thing he said? Or pedophiles or some shit like that. And none of them are good working. They're all bad people." Unquote. The second he said that, oh man, the second he said that, I exploded when he said that. And this was like 4 or 5 weeks ago when it happened. And one of my roommates like, "Dude, chill out, relax." And one of them's white, by the way. The other two are Latinos that I like hang out with most of the time. That are my roommates. And unfortunately, I know you hear it in the background sometimes, but I don't really like being on camera a lot. Maybe I could show them a picture of you one of these days, but until then, they really don't like being on camera. They were camera shy like I was. But they know I do YouTube videos. They just really don't want to be part of them. They're chill with it too, thank God. They still think it's weird that I talk to myself on a camera, but I think it's awesome because I'm still communicating with you guys. I exploded so bad. I wanted to throw a freaking bass at the fucking TV when I heard that shit. And I was like, what the hell did he just say? Did he say all Mexicans are fucking, like, what's it called? What did he say? I gotta remember it again. Are fucking drug dealers, drug cartels, murderers, rapists, pedophiles, cannibals, and fucking, like, bad people? Did he seriously say that? And I was like, oh God, I really hope to God. And I actually found out, the latest news is just about a day or two ago, this one Latino, I think it was Saturday or Sunday, because it was Tuesday night as I'm doing this video, because I gotta go to work at like 8, 9 in the morning. So I got about, let's see, it's 9 o'clock now, so it's 9 till 11. So I got like 11 and a half hours before I start work, obviously, since it's the weekday when I work. My God, I was pissed the fuck off when I heard this shit. I really was. And for him to make a extremely derogatory, racist, bigot fucking comment like that is, he pretty much, there's no way in hell. Especially, you know, with Barack Obama still being president. Even though I know he's a little bit of an Illuminati, Freemasons, puppet shield motherfucker. So he's no better than Trump. But at least he had the audacity to say to Donald Trump that he was in the wrong and he should make an apology. And it looks like he's not making an apology. And I actually have proof. I actually have actual evidence, proof of Donald Trump being a racist towards Hispanics. And I remember there was a couple of Latino news reporters, they wanted to talk to Trump about like why he made those derogatory terms towards my people like that. And the thing is, when he saw some of the Hispanic like news reporters, he just kept turning his head like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. I was like, you're bullshitting me right now, Mr. Trump? Do you realize? And I'm glad a lot of these businesses, even though they're may or may not be racist, I'm not sure, but they couldn't be after these events. There's these big giant businesses like Macy's, all the places, that one, Univision, I think T-Mobile, Best Buys, even, what's it called? I'm trying to remember. I don't know if it was Virgin Mobile or like half of his like industry of Donald Trump Industries or whatever. They ended up like, they ended up completely separating ties with the guy, which, you know what, to those companies, thank you very much. Thank you very much for not being a part of that racist bastard Mr. Trump for saying, oh, I don't like these people. And before all this happened, I actually thought this guy was pretty funny. I mean, I kind of knew he was a little racist towards black people and African Americans, and at that time he was like, it's cool. I don't really give a crap if he's racist towards black people and whatever else. But that was me being unfortunately ignorant back in 2010 when he said, I want to have Barack Obama. I want to see his birth something. I forgot what it was. His birthright papers, or no, I want to see his birth records. I want to see his birthmark records. I want to keep seeing him. It's like he kept yelling at the top of his lungs. Everyone took it as a joke. And I know a lot of African Americans, unfortunately, and a couple of black people that were my friends when I was hanging out my second year of college. I think it was 2010 when it happened. It was my second year when I was there. I was in community at that time. A couple of my black friends were like, yeah, this motherfucker, he racist, man. He a racist ass dude. And I was chill with a lot of black people at that time. I was cool as fuck. They were cool with me. We kicked it a couple times. We smoked weed. We hella drank a lot of alcohol. You know, we were chill as fuck. We were tight. You know, they weren't the type of. Well, a few of them kind of were, but then others were very educated, very intellectual black people as well, just like me, as an intellectual Hispanic, obviously. You know, they had extremely racial views on the man, and they felt offended. And at the same time, I'm thinking, I mean, it didn't really affect me because I'm Latino, I'm not black, obviously, but obviously at the same time, I felt bad for them that they were getting shitty all over by freaking Mr. Trump and his derogatory turns towards Barack Obama. He never did that to George Bush. He never did that to the original George Bush. He never did that to Bill Clinton. He never even did that to people like fucking, what's his name? Ronald Reagan, or the other dude, what's his name? What was it? All the other presidents that were white, how come he didn't do that to them? Oh, because Barack Obama has a real weird Arabian Muslim name or something, you know? And like I said, I'm not trying to say that Barack Obama's an innocent angel. He's a saint. He's not, because I know he's an Illuminati Freemasons puppet. And I don't hate the shit out of him for that, but at the same time, he ignores the shit out of me. Annoys the shit out of me. Excuse me. I can't even talk right. Fucking hell. Last two things I want to talk about before I end this video, before I just start yelling at the top of my fucking lungs for what this bastard prick said about my fucking people that bust their ass in this country every single day, cleaning up white people's freaking lazy shit all the time, you know? Or some black people, not all you black people, because I know some of you African Americans, you're really chill with Hispanics, and thank you very much for being like that, because you know what it's like to be a minority in this country, and for that, I applaud you African Americans for being very well respectful towards my race. Thank you very much. Even though sometimes we don't see eye to eye with each other, we're still chill, man. It's like we're fam, you know? You're fam to me, you know? Plus, back in the day, I used to chill with a lot of the black people. I mean, I didn't adopt a lot of their ghetto terminologies or anything like that. But the thing with the black man is that they're very intellectual people. There's certain ones like, I know that Jay Miller speaks out, Misanthropic One, Tyrone Magnus, Robert Perkins, aka Nigga with the Tattoos, or The Revolution with the Tattoos. I'm saying that as an example, alright? So don't get on my ass about the N-word thing. I know there's extremely well-mannered, very extremely well-intellectual black men that are out there, you know. They have a good head on their shoulders. The thing is, sometimes they want to do stupid-ass shit at the same time. But at the same time, I understand a lot of the anger and animosity that they have towards white people because they treated them even worse than they did to my race, unfortunately. And with my race, it's like a hit or miss. Because some of my people, if you haven't noticed by now, a lot of them are either the stereotype skin tone that I am, like regular light, dark brown. And then there's others that are so white that's really hard for you to tell that they're actually Hispanic. Which I actually have a couple of people like that in my family, obviously. And then there's others that are actually close to literally looking like black people, like Dominicans, dark black Puerto Ricans, Haitians, Brazilians, Ecuadorians, Salvadorians, Venezuelans, Colombians even, that are actually have African American blood, and it was just crazy as hell to believe that's actually true though. Who knew? And then there's some Latinos that have actually Asian blood in them, like Filipinos and Vietnamese. You know, they actually have a very big history. Even Hawaiians, they have a tiny bit of blood that's actually Hispanic blood, which is crazy, but it's true. I mean, go look it up in a research book or go on Wikipedia, for instance. A lot of you people use the internet nowadays. That's where you're mostly going to go to, obviously. It's crazy, but it's true. My race is a hit or miss type of thing when it comes to success and failure in this country. It's insane. As far as my personal life goes, I'm not going to give too much away because it's very private, but there were a few times where I've hit, aka I succeeded a few times in this country, and then there was other times where I failed in this country, you know? And the failed ones, most of it's kind of my fault because I was kind of a dumbass at that time. I still kind of am a tiny bit now, just not as much. And I have had a lot more success than I have failures, you know? Even though I got the door slammed in my face a couple times before I had 2 jobs, you know? I knew how tough it was. I really did. Thank God I'm not unemployed anymore, because about 4 or 5 years ago, I was unemployed and I fucking hated it. It took me about 9 months to a year until I finally got 2 jobs. And it was a pain in the ass to get there. Of course, I'm not going to tell you what they are because they're personal, because I don't want any people stalking me at my job. And if you are going to stalk me, just, you know, come at me with respect if you see me in real life. I'm not the most biggest asshole like I kind of am here on YouTube. I'm a very, you know, well down, very relaxed, calm, chill, collected type of individual. I'll hang out with you. I'll buy you a pizza or whatever, or a McDonald's or Burger King. You know, hey, we can kick it. You know, as long as you don't try to steal my stuff. If I see you trying to steal my stuff, I'm gonna ask you to leave, or I'll call the police. Please don't steal my stuff. If you ever do see me in real life and you decide you want to hang out with me, just giving you a heads up. Anyways, last but not least, I want to talk about this little piece of shit prick, is that this dude, he really wants to run as the president of the United States, you gotta be shitting me. Dude, the way he's thinking, how he wants to make America better, I know he has some type of secretive subliminal agenda on that. What he means when he says that, he just wants all white people to succeed and keep all the blacks and Hispanics out of it. That's what he's really saying. You can fool all the brainwashed sheeple masses out there, Mr. Trump, and I doubt you're watching this, but Mr. Trump, you are a fucking bigot. I really hate what you said about my people like that, because we work a lot harder than you ever did. And on top of all that, you have undocumented immigrants that are working in your hotels. How much hypocrisy is that, huh? You tell me. Even though you probably won't even watch this video, but if you do, you tell me, sir. Please. But anyways, I digress. Anyways, as for the rest of you ladies and gentlemen that are out there, and I'm glad they cut ties in business with him, because, this cocksucker makes me so upset. He used to be a funny-ass guy before he made this. I used to laugh at him. I watched 1 or 2 of his episodes of The Apprentice. I didn't care too much for him. I mean, but the shit all the controversy he's always gotten into over the years, it was funny, but once he started getting racist like this, he lost my respect. He lost my loyalty, and he's not a funny guy anymore. I don't care much of a public figure. And that one dude, I didn't get to touch base on this too much on this subject or segment that I wanted to talk on, but one of the Latino drug cartel kingpin drug lords, the biggest one of all time, El Chavo, I don't know what his name was, but El Chavo, almost the same as my uncle name in Mexico. I don't know why. I know it's not him though. He actually escaped from prison about Thursday, Friday, a couple days ago, and they're still trying to find this dude. And they say he might have escaped to America, Texas or Arizona border. And he even said it himself. Well, he heard the statements that Donald Trump made, and if this dude actually ends up assassinating Donald Trump, and he gets a couple of his boys, like MS-13, Madre de la Trucha, the drug cartels, the Jefe, fucking MS-16, Madre de la Trucha, I just said, Norteños Sureños, the real fucking Hispanic mafia gangs. If he gets them together and they decide to snipe out Trump, you know what? I hope they do. And Mr. Trump, you better watch your fucking back. And you better be careful what you say about Hispanics. Because we, as a people, as a nation in this country, we've worked so much harder than every other race, ethnicity combined. And I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Goodbye. Fuck Donald Trump, and I will talk to you guys soon. I'll leave the links to the stuff in the description box below.